If you're in the market for a used 6.7 liter Powerstroke diesel, or you've recently purchased one, this video is for you. I've owned 4 Powerstrokes. I've collectively driven over 1 million miles between the 4 of them. I've never had an engine failure, a turbo failure, or a fuel system failure. I attribute that to my maintenance schedule and the different products that I use in my trucks. If I were buying a used Powerstroke today, this is the 7 maintenance items that I would address immediately to make sure that I got the longevity and performance out of my truck that I was looking for. And if you stick around to the end, I'm also going to tell you about another product that I use at every single fill up to make sure that I've got peace of mind that the infamous CP4 high pressure fuel pump is not going to give me any issues during the life of my ownership. So the first thing that you want to do is going to be to change the oil and filter. Some people run these trucks to 8,000 or 10,000 miles for their change intervals. It's way too long on these. You need to be changing it every 5,000 miles. I don't care what the dealership told you or the guy off Facebook Marketplace that you bought your truck from. They can tell you it was just changed. Go ahead and change it immediately. I personally use Shell Rotella T4 and a PPE oil filter. You can use Motorcraft if you want. I've had success with them in the past. I recently switched to the PPE oil filter because of the size and the internals for the filtration capabilities of that filter. The next thing that you need to address is going to be your transmission fluid and filter. Now, the transmission fluid and filter is the one maintenance item that I believe on these trucks is the most overlooked and neglected. The reason being is the transmission pan from Ford does not have a drain plug. So in order to drain the fluid and then access the filter, you have to remove the pan completely. It can cause a big mess, but that's just the nature of it. When you make this change, I will suggest that you upgrade your transmission pan. Reason being, if you're gonna have your truck for the long term, it's going to make the fluid and filter changes a lot easier because it does have a drain plug that's built into it. You need to be doing this every 75,000 miles. So if you were to take off that stock pan, just know that that mess and the headache that you're gonna be dealing with is what you'll have to do each time you change that fluid and filter. Added benefit of going to PPE's pan is gonna increase the fluid capacity from 7 quarts to 14 quarts, doubling it. Some benefits here. You're gonna have more fluid. That's gonna keep the transmission running cooler, particularly for those of y'all that are towing. If you're towing a heavy load, if you're going up mountains, whether you have trailers, RVs, boats, or it's a work truck, you want to keep that transmission fluid temperature in check. And the best way to do that is with that upgraded pan that's going to have more fluid as well as cooling fins. After you address those two, the next thing you need to do is change out your cabin air filter. So if you don't change out the cabin air filter, this can cause a lot of issues with your air conditioning system. Filter gets clogged up. But on top of that, changing that filter, it's really inexpensive. You can find these for $9 and $10 on Amazon. Activated charcoal built into them. But this is what's filtering the air that you and your passengers are breathing. So this is something that it may not have ever been changed before on a used truck. Highly recommend, go ahead, get that swapped out. These trucks have 2 fuel filters, so changing out your fuel filters regularly is going to be extremely important. You have one that's on the frame rail, it's underneath the driver's side rear seat. Then you have another filter that's going to be in the engine bay. Both of those get changed at the same time. When you purchase those, you will buy them as a kit, making sure that your fuel system is clean of any debris, water. It's extremely important. Moving forward is going to be your air filter in the engine bay. From Ford, you're going to have a paper filter inside your OEM airbox and tube that goes into the inlet. You've got a couple options here. Yes, you can go ahead and just put in a brand new Motorcraft paper filter. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're doing this though, I would say at least get a drop-in filter from companies. K&N makes one, I believe S&B makes one. This is going to be a serviceable filter that's not paper. It's going to have better flow and it is reusable. So you'll be able to wash it out after the fact, put it back in. Another option would be moving to a full cold air intake system. That's going to replace not only the filter and that housing, but also the inlet that's going to go to the engine. You're going to get better throttle response, better fuel economy, and also you're going to be able to hear the turbo, which is a nice added benefit. I enjoy it. When you're doing this, grab yourself a can of mass airflow sensor cleaner. That mass airflow sensor, it's easily removed with a couple of Torx bits right there on the inlet, and it's going to collect dust, dirt, oil, and that's going to throw off the readings that the engine is using to calibrate air fuel mixtures for the truck. So you take that out, give it a quick spray, clean it off. You're going to make sure that that MAF sensor is functioning properly. So moving past that, on the 11 to 22 trucks, there were a couple different options of OEM CCV filters. Now what the CCV filter is your crankcase ventilation. Some are serviceable, some were not. Because of that, they could get really clogged up, increasing the pressure inside the crankcase and causing blow-by. What ends up happening here is those filters get so clogged, the pressure gets so high that it'll blow out seals, gaskets, causing oil leaks in your truck. So to avoid this, you have a couple options. You can do a CCV reroute or delete. Another option is Ford in 2023 and up rolled out a upgraded, newly designed CCV filter that's OEM that works on all the previous trucks, and it will allow the crankcase to move all of that vapor through without clogging. Whichever one you decide you want to do, whichever one's better for you, they're both great. Ultimately, you just want to make sure that you do not have increased pressure within the crankcase. One way to tell if you do is go ahead and just take off the oil fill cap, turn it upside down, and put it right on top of that spout. And if it can't sit there and you'll see the vapor coming up and you feel the pressure if you put your hand there, then you know that you do have excessive pressure built up and that CCV filter needs to be addressed. Moving past that, the last item you need to address is going to be your MAP sensor. So MAP sensor is your manifold absolute pressure. This sensor is located on your intake manifold. Because it's on the intake manifold, all of the recirculated air, meaning from your EGR, which is your exhaust gas return, and from your having a DPF or a diesel particulate filter still intact on your truck, you're getting a lot of carbon circulating back into the engine. That carbon will build up on the intake, but it also builds up on that MAP sensor. Your ECU is using that reading to determine how much pressure the turbo is building for the engine, boost pressure and whatnot. So you want to take that out, make sure that it's not clogged. If it is, you can carefully clean it or spend the $15 and just go get a whole replacement and start out with a brand new MAP sensor. If you address these items, you're going to make sure that the truck is functioning how it should, especially at that higher mileage. If you're 75,000, 100, 150,000 miles, these trucks have no problem running well past that mileage, but you need to make sure that everything's clean and functioning properly. Now, I promised you one other product that I always use. I've always used a diesel additive. I've recently switched to Arch Oil. After doing some research, I found that Arch Oil has a two-part system that they offer. One is a full cleaner, and that cleaner is used once every 5,000 miles. It has a product in it called PEA. And what PEA does is it's going to help clean carbon off of your DPF filter if it's still intact in your truck, the exhaust turbine side of your turbo, where obviously you're also going to have more carbon buildup, but it's also going to clean your injectors so that you're getting a very clean spray pattern to make sure that all 8 cylinders are functioning how they should, and making sure that you're not having any sort of problems on the fuel system side with fuel delivery going into the cylinders. You want them to get clean burns. You're using that every 5,000 miles. Now, the other product that they have is going to be their regular diesel treatment. Now, this is used every single tank. The reason this is necessary is in the United States, we now have low sulfur diesel. Sulfur used to be able to provide lubricity to the whole fuel system, your pumps, your injectors, lines. Without that, all the problems that you've read about with CP4 fuel pump failures, that's where they come from. So by having that additive in the fuel that is going to increase the lubricity, you're ensuring that that fuel system is working properly. So with all of these items, they can all be found in the description below. These are items I personally use on my truck. I've used on every single Powerstroke that I've ever owned. And what this is going to give you is a maintenance schedule that you can make sure to follow and keep your truck running exactly how it should be, get the longevity and the performance out of it that you looked for when you were moving to a diesel pickup. So I hope this helped y'all. Also, on my channel, I have videos addressing the how-to step-by-step for each one of these. You can find those in my video library. These can all be accomplished in your garage, in your shop, in your driveway with basic hand tools, and you do not need to be an experienced mechanic to handle these. So I hope this helped. Y'all enjoy your new trucks.